Hi earthy people, welcome back. It's good to see you. Today I'm going to go over a wonderful item that I feel like there's not a lot of videos about that should be used, in my opinion, in spell work and your practice. So maybe this is something you might want to try. And today's video is all about corn. That's right, something so simple. But if you think about it, if you just go back, corn has been around for thousands of years, starting with just a grass called teosinte, and over years and years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, it's been cultivated to what we know as corn, or not always corn, it's also called maize, but it's been cultivated and used, and it's in a lot of items that we use in our households, from cornmeal to thickening agents, you name it. But if you think about it, even 99% of crops grown is grown from the yellow dent number 2 corn, and it is a highly used crop, and so I would venture that you guys use it in your spell work. Corn was used so much that in some cultures and practices there was also a corn mother. It was also worshipped as a goddess or a being overseeing agriculture. In many indigenous cultures, it is still believed that the corn mother is the maker or the originator of corn. And I love the story of the corn mother. If you guys have time to research it on your own, I would highly recommend it. I love the story from her disappearing and corn and squash and beans coming from her, and there's different versions of it too, so I thought it was very interesting. But I digress. That's something that I feel like you guys should definitely look it up. But without further ado, I'm going to show you a corn spell that I like to use, and if you want your wishes and desires and goals to expedite or happen quicker, or to help out accomplishing some of those goals, then try out my spell. So without further ado, let's begin. Now we are going to need a few items, so I am going to bring you guys down to the table so you can see the items that you're going to want to have. So I'll bring you right back, I promise. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is some corn. Now you want this corn to be dried out. It's going to be, in my opinion, easier to just hang up as a decoration, or to use somewhere in your home where it's kind of inconspicuous, but you're going to want to get your hand on some corn. Now for each goal or item that you're trying to accomplish, you want one head of corn for it, okay? It all makes sense in a minute, but you're going to want to dry these out if they're fresh corn. So right now during the fall season, Halloween season, autumn season, you should be able to get your hand on dried corn like I did. I got these from the grocery store, and they were already dried, and so I got it. Sometimes you can also find them in your local craft stores like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. If not, then you can just order it online already dried. But you could use fresh corn, just make sure to just dry it out. You're going to want to keep the husk intact, so you're just going to peel it up and keep the husk, okay? And it all makes sense in just a minute, but don't cut this part off where you just have the cob part. You do want the husk portion as well, and let that dry up. Okay, optional is cinnamon, and also optional is coffee. I would recommend it. We're going to use these two items because coffee and cinnamon are known to speed up things in spell work. It has the energy of fire, it has the energy to just move things along. And for me, I like goals that get accomplished quickly. So if you're like me and patience is not one of your virtues, then try adding these items. Okay, you're also going to want some twine. Today I'm going to be using some just cotton yarn that I had handy. It just kind of goes with the color of the corn that I already have. It doesn't need to be like that. I'm just one of those aesthetic people. You guys already know how I am. You're going to need 3 pieces of paper and a permanent marker. Okay, and for my 3 pieces of paper, I've already written down the items that I want, my goals, so to just speed up time. On each one of these pieces of paper, the 3 pieces of paper, you're going to write in present tense the things that you want, your goals, your wishes. Okay, so to give you an example, it would be, I am financially stable. I am in my new home. I have a boyfriend. I have a successful marriage. I am in a new car. I am in my new job position, what have you, but you get the deal. So present tense, I just kind of center around just 3. 3 is a very magical number for me, and I don't tend to, and I don't recommend this for you guys. I don't recommend putting a whole bunch of goals out there because sometimes it can be kind of hard to keep track of what's manifesting as well. So if you're very organized and you can keep track of that, then by all means do as many as you want. Just just keep track of what's manifesting. Okay, so all you're gonna do, and this is such a simple spell too, I absolutely love it. In the middle, right, of the husk, because you've already dried it out, it's in the middle, you're just going to place your goal or wish right in the middle of the husk, right? As if the corn is just holding it. So it's right in the middle, okay? Now remember those optional items that I told you about? So the cinnamon, I always like to do 1 scoop of cinnamon in the middle on top of my actual goal and wish. And then I also like to take coffee, and I do a scoop of coffee right in the middle as well. Right on top of my wish. Okay. Now that you've got your wish and you have your cinnamon, your coffee in the middle of your corn husk, of your corn cob, with the husk at the top, you're just going to say this spell while holding it. Spirits far and spirits near, energy of corn, of amber grain, lend your power unto my spell of summer's fire and autumn's rain. I call thee now through root and seed to bless this wish to grant my need. Now you're just going to take your twine. Right now I'm using a cotton yarn, and you're just going to tie it off. Now don't make a knot, you're just going to tie it. And before you make the knot, we're going to seal a spell in that knot. So here we go. All right, so I'm about to tie. Okay, so I'm just tying it off. Okay. And then I'm just going to make a knot. But as I'm tying this knot, okay, you're going to say this spell to seal it off. Almighty God, golden and bright, bringer of plenty day and night, hear my wish, both true and kind. Let this harvest now be mine. And I love aesthetic, so it has to be very pleasing to my eyes. So I'm just going to just cut off the excess. And there you go. And of course and you're gonna repeat that for as many as wishes that you have. So you're gonna repeat those spells, you're gonna do that exact motion for each one of these, right? Because we want each one of these corn cobs to be blessed by the spirits, and then from your deity. Now, me, I worship God, so I'm asking God to grant this goal and desire of mine. If you don't work with a deity, then you're going to want to customize the knot spell. You're going to just omit the deity part. If you don't work with deities, maybe it's ancestors, maybe you don't work with either, then you just can omit that portion, and then you can put your own prayer, wish, your own version of incantation in that knotted part. But you definitely want that knot spell in there, right? Because we're going to double it up. So the first part calls in the spirits, the corn has been been around for many, many, many generations and many years. So we're calling that type of energy to come to grant the blessings to your spell work. And then the knotted spell adds your actual practice, your tradition, right? Your deities coming to help oomph the spell. Your spirits that you work with, your ancestors, are going to come and lend their aid to the spell as well. So lots and lots of things in play here to help manifest your goals, desires. You can't go wrong, so try it out. Okay, so at the very end it should look like these. Okay, so I've got my 3 wishes in there. They're all sealed up, all bundled up, you know, and just bundle it up. Now, you can just place these around the home. I tend to just kind of just place it as a decoration. So if you are in the broom closet, for instance, this is a very good way to do magic without other people knowing, or guests or people that are coming over. They just look like decorations, you know, ready for the autumn season or Halloween. But you're gonna place this around. Now, don't lose track of where you're placing these, because we need to get our hands back on these. Okay, so every time they manifest, because they can manifest at different times or all at once, you're gonna want to take your corn and you're gonna want to throw it into the fire as a thank you, to give thanks, or you're going to want to bury it into the earth, once again to give thanks, to finish off your spell. So each time they manifest, okay? Until then, you're just going to keep them around as decoration until they actually manifest. I'm just going to keep these 3 until they come to pass. But as they do come to pass, then I'm just going to throw them in the fire. Me personally, I just bury them. I just return them to the earth, kind of give it sustenance, giving thanks. So just keep that in mind. Well, I hope you liked today's video. What a great way to use corn, aka maize. What an amazing spell. Saw what I did there? Anyhow, if you made it this far into my video, I appreciate it. You just doing that is just a free way of helping me out on this channel. Liking, subscribing, those are also free ways that you can help, because it tells the algorithm, hey, I want other people to experience magic just as much as I'm experiencing it. Maybe it'll give them a little hope, right? Give them a little light somewhere in there. And in particular though, I also want to thank my channel members. Thanks to you guys, I'm able to keep the channel running, and it's giving me extra support, and I highly appreciate it. And those channel members are the Mushroom Lady, Al, Her, Tammy, and Susan Piper. Thank you guys so much. And as always, stay earthy, stay magical, and until my next video, bye for now.